fully clothed swim at my friend's party. My 31 female friend, 33 female, hosted an outdoor party yesterday. It was a warm, sunny day, and she has a pool in her garden. A few people, mainly kids, were using it in swimsuits. Because of the weather, I was the only person wearing trousers, light, loose cotton trousers. Everyone else was in shorts, skirts, dresses, as I had got back from a trip the day before and all of my shorts were still in my case. Nearly everyone I spoke to made a comment about this and asked if I was hot. Parentheses, I wasn't. Later on in the party, as people had had more to drink, one particularly loud guy kept telling me he couldn't believe I was wearing trousers on a warm day like this. You must be boiling. He jokingly said he was going to throw me in the pool fully clothed to cool me down. Another friend overheard and joined in, telling me to jump in or I'd be chucked in. They started chanting, jump, jump, jump. Most other people joined in, including the host. I went to take my shoes off, but was called a wimp, so I handed my phone and wallet to a friend, took a run, and jumped in. Everyone cheered, and I laughed because it felt so silly. I spent a couple of minutes in the pool before climbing out looking like a drowned rat, and gave a couple of friends a nice wet hug. Guests had started to leave shortly before this time and continued to do so. I stayed to finish my drink, but as the sun went down and the breeze picked up, I started feeling colder. So I said goodbye and walked home. 20 minutes, wet shoes squelching all the way. This morning, I woke up to the following Instagram message from my friend's boyfriend. Quote, yesterday was good fun, but you really scared everyone with that stunt. Acting that way when you're drunk is irresponsible and not good behavior to encourage. I asked if he was joking. He said no. I responded to say that I barely drank alcohol yesterday and wasn't even tipsy when I went in the pool. Also, no one else said anything like this. Everyone there was encouraging it. I responded to say that I barely drank alcohol yesterday and wasn't even tipsy when I went in the pool. Also, no one else said anything like this. Everyone there was encouraging it. I'm also a fairly strong swimmer, and it isn't my first time ending up in water fully clothed, so low safety risk. He took a while to respond, but said that it was disrespectful of me to go in someone's pool in clothes/shoes. I replied that the host had told me to jump in and to leave my shoes on. I wouldn't have gone in if this wasn't the case. He then said that I was showing off and wore trousers knowing it would get me thrown in the pool. I asked if I had done something else to upset him, as it seemed like he was just making up reasons to be annoyed. He hasn't responded since. No one else ended up in the pool fully clothed yesterday. I wouldn't have ended up in there if I hadn't been surrounded and chanted at, but every other time I've voluntarily gotten in water fully clothed, it has been alongside other people. Am I the jerk face for choosing to jump in wearing trousers and t-shirts and socks when no one else did the same? Okay, this is, I think, pretty straightforward. I feel like they're not, I'm replacing a-hole with jerk face. I feel like they're not the jerk face for this, personally, especially because the host of the party, their friend, was encouraging it, and I think there's something else strangely going on with the host's boyfriend, because that's really bizarre to get so upset about, but comment and let me know what you think. On to the next one. Okay, this next one is, am I the jerk face for refusing to spend another day helping with my best friend's wedding after feeling taken for granted? This is more of an ethical dilemma than a fight. I, female 26, have been best friends with Adam, male 28, for years. He's getting married in 2 weeks, and I've been helping with the pre-wedding events wherever I can. For context, I'm not a designer or wedding planner. I just have a decent eye for aesthetics and know my way around Canva. To help save money, I volunteered to design their digital invites. The first invite involved lots of revisions because family members kept remembering things they wanted added after it was supposedly final. Before making the second invite, I specifically asked them to confirm all the content. The bride sent me the text she wanted, and I used exactly that. Adam did not check in with his family properly, and revisions were needed again. After I sent the final version, Adam messaged our group chat asking, "Where is the date on this invite?" I was amused that everyone missed it despite so many versions, and told him that it must have been missed because it wasn't in the content I'd been given. He replied, "Yeah, but that was common sense. You should have added it." That stung because I hadn't even gotten a thank you, but blame was allotted rather course you do this for me. You're my best friend. Ooh, that's a little presumptuous. Okay. Yesterday, Saturday, he asked me to help with the wedding decor because he wasn't happy with what the decorators had planned. Last minute, when all families were there already, I was asked to quickly come down. I spent 5 hours at the venue, and my inputs were the ones we chose finally. When I left, he mentioned they might meet the decorator again today. This morning, Sunday, he called asking, "Aren't you coming?" I told him I already had lunch plans. He seemed surprised and said he thought it was obvious I'd be there because I'm, quote, the designer, end quote. I'm not a designer. I'm just a friend who's been helping. There have also been smaller things that add to this feeling. Yesterday, he was supposed to drop off my iPad. He asked me to come downstairs, then completely forgot to stop at my place, leaving me waiting outside in the heat for 20 minutes before his driver eventually brought it back. He's an only child, and I've always treated him like the sibling he never had. I genuinely enjoy showing up for my friends, and if he'd been showing more gratitude, I'd probably have gone, but lately it feels less like, quote, "would you mind helping?" and more like, quote, "of course you're doing this." So, am I the jerk face for not going to today's meeting to save my Sunday for me, and feeling bothered that my time and effort seems to be expected rather than appreciated? This one's a little personal because I'm an only child, so we don't all behave that way, don't worry. But I do not think this person writing in is the jerk face at all. I think their friend Adam is really, really pushing boundaries and essentially using them when they already have a designer, so that's kind of absurd. So yeah, they are not the jerk face in my opinion, but leave a comment on what you think. Also, ignore the cicada sounds in the background right now. Okay, here's our final Reddit, am I the jerk face story for today's video. So, am I the jerk face for refusing to buy more donuts? I was out early last Sunday morning and decided to grab some donuts from this fancy spot that I don't get to go to very often. I asked everyone what donuts they wanted and was willing to buy 2 for everyone. I grabbed all the donuts, 8 total, and it was almost $40. I drove an hour home and put the donuts on the counter and was exhausted from working all night, so I went to bed. When I woke up that evening, I was so excited to have my donuts, only to open the box and find the 2 I'd picked out were gone. The ones that were left over were the ones that other people in the household specifically requested. I didn't get angry. I was mostly just disappointed, but it ruined my appetite for a donut. So I took them and put them in a Tupperware for later. That's a good word, Tupperware. I got ready and went to work. When I got home, I wanted something sweet, so I went for a donut only to find my Tupperware empty in the sink. So not only did I not get a donut that I wanted, I didn't get a donut at all, and I was left dishes to wash. I asked everyone and was told, quote, "Sorry, I thought because you left them you didn't want them," unquote. I was beyond disappointed. This Sunday, I was out working and decided to stop and get myself a donut at the same shop. I got myself 2 donuts and ate them both on the ride home. I threw my trash into the can before I went outside and went to bed. When I woke up in the evening, I was questioned about where the rest of the donuts were because someone saw the packaging in the trash outside. I explained that I just grabbed some for myself this morning because I didn't get one last week, and I was called selfish and a jerk face because if I was by the shop, I could have gotten some for everyone. So, am I the jerk face for not dropping another $40 on donuts for everyone? Oh, and I didn't even receive one thank you for getting the donuts the first time. Wow. First of all, I have a lot of thoughts on this one. This person is really nice for getting donuts for everyone that are that expensive. That's really kind of them in their household. I don't know if this is, I'm wondering more of context, like are these their direct family members, and they say everyone in the household, so I'm not sure if we're talking roommates